The Republican health care plan seems to be moving forward. House leaders say they want a floor vote as early as tomorrow. But does the plan have enough support?
Well, investigative reporter Christopher Heath surveys where all 27 members of the Florida delegation stand. We want you at home to grab your smartphones, go to WFTV.com/vote now, because we're going to ask you a question during Chris's report. So, Chris, Florida's delegation is giving the Republican plan a failing grade here.
At least right now, George, Florida's congressional delegation to the U.S. House is made up of 16 Republicans and 11 Democrats. All are up for re-election 2018 and are aware that what they decide to do on health care could mean another term or a swift exit. For the last 2 weeks, Republicans have been working to push through their health care plan. While it's a nationwide program, it would have a direct impact on Florida since it would replace the Affordable Care Act, also known as Obamacare. No state in the union has more people on Obamacare than Florida, which leaves Florida lawmakers in a position of having to make a choice. Give you an idea of where things stand. There are 27 members in the Florida Congressional Delegation. That is 16 Republicans and 11 Democrats. Now, we already know these 11 Democrats. They're going to vote no. So let's focus on the Republicans. We have found 4 Republicans with no votes. Ted Yoho out of Gainesville says he's a no as of now. Ron DeSantis out of DeLand says the bill doesn't address core problems, cost, lack of competition, and choice. Bill Posey out of Melbourne says he's a no unless changes are made. And Ileana Ross-Leitonen of Miami says the GOP too many from my South Florida district uninsured. In fact, we only found 2 firm yes votes from the Florida delegation. That's Dennis Ross out of Lakeland and Gus Bilirakis out of Newport Richey. As for the rest of the delegation, that is 7 people in the delegation without a public stance on the health care plan. All of these yes votes versus no votes becoming even more important with the bills scheduled for a floor vote in the House in less than 24 hours. And the big thing to keep in mind, this is all a work in progress. As of right now, the Florida delegation in the House, it's 15 no votes, 3 yes votes. And, of course, Matt Gaetz a couple of minutes ago moved into the yes column. He'd been kind of on the fence. We'll call that a soft yes, but still, that leaves 9 Republicans from Florida that still haven't made up their mind. The bigger question, does the House get to the number they need to move this to the Senate?
We'll see tomorrow.
We will see
Maybe.
Tomorrow.
It's going to be interesting. So we wanted to know what you thought. We asked our viewers where they get their health insurance. And so far, 67% of you say from a private company.
Yes. Next was 17% from the Affordable Care Act. And then the remainder, 16%, said other. They have no insurance. Fascinating how we see this trend and then how quickly those votes can change overnight.
Well, and the big thing, obviously, if it does get out of the House this week, it goes to the Senate. And the Senate can move it forward because it's just reconciliation. They only need 50 votes. They don't need the 60 filibuster proof. Long way to go on this. But we're very early on, and it doesn't look like Florida's giving it a passing grade.
Well, it's going to be interesting to watch, that's for sure.
Still ahead here at 4, 2 neighbors